Hey everyone, this is Luke, and you're watching ZachArcher.
Luke, how's it going?
It's good. It's going good.
How are you feeling?
I just booked a getaway flight to Tom Nook Inc.'s deserted island.
You're
Dressed to the
sold.
nines. Yeah, I'm ready.
After part one, when he asked, "Are you ready? Are you going to come to the island? Are you already ready?"
Oh, it's been on my Switch since before part one.
It is
so
true.
I'd imagine you were the same.
Yeah. Well, to give some background, we've done 2 Animal Crossing videos in the past. One was like 2 or 3 years ago at this point, talking about our dream Animal Crossing game when New Horizons wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, it's just a nebulous thought in the back of the mind of Shigeru Miyamoto.
it was all him.
Saw him.
And then we did a video when the Animal Crossing New Horizons was revealed. And honestly, we were skeptical, you could say.
Oh, definitely.
So how are you feeling now after this direct?
I think when they first were all going all in on the island aspect, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. This is deserted island life. But then they're like, oh, you can develop this. You can put paths down. You can build shops anywhere. And I was like, all right, well, you got me. I'm in.
Yeah, I think I'm like, it's a complete 180 from where I was.
Yeah,
So
really.
I'm like, this is going to be the best Animal Crossing
Because
now.
a lot of my fears turned into plus sides. I was like, oh, I kind of miss having the cliffs on all sides. That was sort of a thing. It was like a limitation, but it was like, oh, it made it feel comfy. But now you can just build cliffs wherever you want.
Just build cliffs.
That's why they don't have cliffs on all sides, because you can do that yourself. The art style was one thing I was kind of skeptical on, and that was my first point I have here in these notes.
The art style looks a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, definitely an improvement. It looked kind of like clay-like in the old trailer, and I don't know if that's changed drastically, but seeing it again more polished, I'm like, oh, I'm all in for this.
Yeah. And, they just developed so much, and...
I think one thing in particular that I like about the art style is they've added, little patches of tall grass. If you noticed, little, they're like weeds almost, but they give so much texture to, it looks so flat in that last trailer, which I haven't watched back. Maybe it doesn't. I'm an idiot. But I was like, oh, this looks it looks kind of like Link's Awakening, but now it looks more alive and, wild.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think just also the idea of a deserted island, I feel like that's really not what this is. They call it a deserted island, but it's anything but.
It just looks
in
like
fact,
a village.
When you come in, you're coming in with other animals
2 other
now.
pals.
So it's from the start, it's not deserted. It's it was deserted at one point, but at some point, it's not a deserted island getaway package when it's just a fully developed, thriving community.
The idea is Tom Nook's there in his little town hall tent, and then that's where you start.
But that's why it didn't make sense at first. It was they call it the deserted island package. Yet you have a Nook phone, and
it seemed like you were getting dropped off by yourself in just the woods. And Tom Nook's all right, have fun.
And it's there's crafting and stuff. So it was is it just it's very bare bones. It feels like, but then now we see it, and there's just so much stuff in every frame of that direct.
They really dialed back on the crafting in this direct too. There wasn't really anything about it, which I liked, because before I was like, oh, is this going to be
I thought that was the entire focus of the game, pretty much. But
now they're showing it's not.
That's great. So we want to go through.
Hit me with your
a generally rough list of everything worth note. So you come in on the Dodo airport.
Yeah. Dodo.
What are you thinking about Wilbur and Orville, the Dodo?
I mean, they're just the next monkeys,
I think they're great.
Every Animal Crossing's got them. They're nice guys. They seem cool.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with them.
They have some great writing too. Did you happen to look at the website at all?
I've not seen the website, actually. I've seen some clips from it. But
yeah, I didn't actually look at it, but then I saw a video where they basically did a tour of it. And there's a lot of stuff on the website that adds additional stuff, and there's a lot of...
The lore.
There's a short clip, but it showed some of the Dodo Birds writing and stuff. And they'd have code names for each other and stuff through the little headset.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. Is there... It's not in order, but since we're talking about it, there's the whole...
The airport was shown, so...
The airport, and then you can go on random island tours as well.
So those were really nice, because they reminded me... I don't know if you've ever played Dragon Quest Builders, or the Dragon Quest game.
I haven't played Builders.
It's the same kind of essential idea where you're on an island and you're building stuff. Naturally, you run out of resources, so you can go to these, Buildertopia islands, which you can just pillage for resources and leave barren. Because once you leave, they're gone. So that's essentially what I thought that was going to be. which is nice because then if you're worried about like, oh, I want wood, but I want to ruin my trees, you just go ruin some other town, colonize, pillage, destroy.
But it's like these are actually deserted islands, right? These are actually deserted islands that you're going to, unlike yours. It's just like people will come. If you go there, you'll see one or random.
It looks like there'll be a random villager on like every one.
But that's actually deserted. It's just forestation, and I'm guessing it's like randomly generated almost.
I think so, yeah, because you got to buy the ticket. I assume once you leave, all that stuff's gone forever, like the island tours from New Leaf.
And it's not like set once. Like every time you go, it'll look different. I guess everyone you go to different ones.
It's nice because I used to do that in New Leaf, where I would go on like the Tortimer's flower pocketing guide or whatever, and I would just like gather peaches or whatever. Like I just ignored the task until the very end.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that, but without the context of like having to run around hit the Tortimer with a hammer. You know, just be set loose.
So another thing with the airport is that it seems the postal service has been reduced to a card rack in the airport. That's monumental for the series. So are Phyllis and what's the other one name?
Pelly.
Right. They're out of luck.
Pelly and Phyllis.
Right, they're out.
Now I'm not convinced you won't be able to build a post office later.
Really?
Because
that would be nice if there was like that much into it. Because
it seemed like it was just postcards. I don't know what the difference between a postcard and a letter would be.
But he specifically referred to it as a postal service, you know? It acts as a postal service so you can send to other residents. Also, they said other residents, which makes me think you can't send it to
so that's what makes
online.
me think maybe the postal service at the airport is like if you don't want to develop your island at all. Or maybe you build a post office and that'll let you send letters to other villagers, other villages. Maybe you can donate to that other town, like in Wild World, where they'd give you the leaf hats. Just like something little. Because I don't think they would get rid of like series mainstays like that. But
I think that's an optimistic take. I think maybe Phyllis and Pelly are just out of a
they
job.
could be, because they're icing off a lot of characters here.
I think
like,
this is just like they realize that there's too many characters now. We can't accommodate you all on this deserted island.
Joan's dead.
Joan.
Tortimer might be dead. Chip and the bug-off guy.
Joan got replaced by Daisy May.
Yeah.
A little girl.
She's a little cutie, but
she's a cutie. What happened
to Joan?
I would love if that's actually a story where it's like she passed away.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Joan passed away.
I'm carrying on the family line. Or it's just like she retired. I mean, you get retired at some point. She was totally huffing it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have some of the classics like Savannah and...
She's still there. It looks like LaBelle's taking over for Gracie. Because she was like, I'm a fashion designer. Maybe you've heard of me. I'm like, oh, okay.
City folk throwback.
Yeah.
But... So that's one thing, is that a lot of them, like Kix, who had gotten an upgrade in New Leaf where he had his own spot, now he's reduced to a traveling merchant again. So
it's rough.
So
Kix has had a rough life, man.
So I mean, there's no way if you don't have a post office to just have them, Pelly and Phyllis.
Yeah, they wouldn't show up and be like, oh hey, I'll deliver a letter for you.
Maybe and
Pete.
I don't think they'd be this thoughtful, but it would be nice if you could just find them randomly, like in one of the island tours. They're like hanging out, retired.
They're washed up on the beach like Gulliver.
Must send mail.
Oh.
It's sad that like even in Animal Crossing that the postal service is dying.
Yeah.
Like we gotta get some appreciation for the postal service now. It's even reduced to a card rack.
You can't just like use the Nook phone to send messages to all your guys.
Yeah, but even the fact that they say you can send it to other residents makes it seem like you can't send it online, which I thought was a given, that you'd be able to send letters to your friends online.
Yeah, you'd think,
but no, they're instead of expanding the postal service, they're breaking it down. And they only have so many funds to go around, I guess. Tom Nook.
See, I think they're keeping some cards close to their chest until the game comes out. Really? I feel like there might be a post office.
That would be nice, honestly.
Like they didn't show KK, but he's obviously going to be in the game.
It's true. Like, in what capacity does he come? Does he have his own place, or is he just a traveling dude? It's going to be Saturday night, so we're going to figure out.
Well, it's not like he's going to fly in on a plane Saturday night, sit in a box outside town hall, and then fly out. Like he's not.
Because it doesn't make sense for his story. Where he was just the guy sitting on the box.
He's like a wandering little minstrel, and then he became a DJ for some reason.
DJ.
And then
he'll be returned to form maybe, but you still think he'd have some success, unless it's like the down on his luck storyline where he's like falling on hard times.
maybe.
He's like back to his. He's
Sold
like,
out.
I gotta just pedal, man.
Maybe when you build the cafe, there's a spot for him if they bring Brewster back, because I feel like they will.
Yeah, see, we do have some
Yeah.
people waiting in the.
They're
like,
waiting.
There's no
for
way
their
they
time
cut
to
out
shine.
Brewster, and there's no way Brewster just comes with a cup of coffee every now and then.
Yeah.
Just a traveling
It's
dude.
like, hey, you want a coffee? Because they expanded that coffee like side quest, I guess, so much in New Leaf, where everyone had their own like specific favorite brand of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and like, oh, 5 sugar, 3 creams, like.
And the whole you can develop your little relationship.
Yeah,
with
and
Brewster.
you give you like outfits and stuff. There's no way they'd backtrack on that.
I
I
don't know.
think Shrunk's coming back for sure.
Shrunk.
Emotion
I
Man.
hate Shrunk. I would be fine with him going out to the.
Why do you hate
pasture.
Shrunk? What's wrong with him?
He's awful. I mean, he gives you emotes. Like if they're gonna do that again, maybe.
Oh, I love him though. He's
But
such a he's just a horrible
He
comedian.
says one really bad joke and he's done. Yeah. But I really didn't. I think the whole club in New Leaf really didn't work
No.
well because it was like
It's nothing to do.
it's
He
just
just went there and
yeah.
bobbed your head a little bit and then went home.
So that kind of stuff doesn't work with Animal Crossing where there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, a town might have an entertainment place, so let's have it there even though you can't enjoy it. So what places are confirmed? They showed in the little spot that eventually you can get these,
Yeah.
you can get Nook's Cranny.
Oh,
You
Nook's
can
Cranny
get-
looked so good in
Yeah.
HD. I was like crying. I was like, dude.
Nook is the CEO of the island, and yet he's still going to have his shop
Mhm.
come in to play. Able Sisters, the museum.
Oh, the museum
better
also
than
looks
ever.
incredible.
I was like, dang. I was worried about whether we'd have the museum or not, but
Oh, you gotta have the museum.
it looks
It's like
pretty
half
good.
the game is gathering fossils. You can't just.
And now you can even like see in your Critterpedia on your phone. You can
Mhm.
see whether you've donated to the museum
Yeah,
or not.
that
There's
is
a little
nice.
indicator.
So you'd often run to the museum like, oh, I got like a coconut shrimp. Do I have to give this to Blathers or can I sell this?
Mhm.
Like,
Now you can just check on your phone, which is the
It's
natural
beautiful.
development of the world. And what else? Is there
think-
anything else
I
that they
don't-
showed? Able
this is
Sisters.
kind of far into the direct. I gotta check these notes, but I think it was just the museum, Nooks, and Able Sisters as far as other buildings. Which is why I think
Okay.
there's more. Like the Lost and Found will probably return. Maybe a police station.
Yeah.
Copper and Booker got
Like you have to start out deserted, but eventually you're gonna need protection.
Yeah, exactly.
So
All
yeah, there
those
is a lot of
tarantulas
potential
running
there.
around.
You know, it's almost like when people wait for the we don't have anything to deconfirm. It's like in Smash X when people wait
Yeah.
for the Mii costumes to deconfirm people,
Mm.
but now it's just like we'll have to wait and see. You know, these guys. I can't imagine having the Booker. And
Yeah,
Copper.
I feel like they're safe. It's like the people who are like, oh, I hope there's not microtransactions in this new Animal Crossing. I was like, there's no way Nintendo's gonna just soil
Mhm.
the good name of Animal Crossing by adding a bunch of DLC, which hopefully this doesn't look bad 3
Yeah.
months in the future when we have to pay $20 for the DJ KK DLC.
So there's a lot out there that potentially could come in.
I think
It
so.
would be cool if there really were that many options for things to add in. But it's almost like if there's that many things, that's a lot of things. Is there going to be like a limit on how many buildings you can build?
That's true.
Often games do that kind of thing.
I don't think. Was there a limit on public works in New Leaf? Was there a point where Isabel's like, look, you just gotta
I don't
stop. The town is too much.
I don't think so, maybe.
Just
But
a space issue.
there's also more things in this one.
And it looks like you can compact houses closer together. Like there was that one part in the direct where there was a house and he was like, oh, you can invite more villagers, and he put a house like a block away from
Yeah.
the other house. Like that's never been possible before.
Well, yeah, we're jumping around, but that was
Yeah.
a game changer. Is the fact that you can
Yeah,
choose
pick
where
where they
your
go.
residents go, not only yours but theirs, because that completely changes the game. Usually, Animal Crossing was always just they're spread apart randomly,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's like you can actually have a residential district
Yeah,
where
well-
you can just have a strip of people living. You could even see in the direct one of their towns is just like
They're all clumped together in
Yeah.
like the top right.
I'm like,
Now
I'm
when
down for
Frigga's
that.
like, hey, can you get my contact case back from Chow? Like, yeah, I'll just go next door, dude.
that's true.
Be too easy.
So yeah, I wonder like to what extent you can do that kind of thing. Like what villager? That's the one thing you don't see as much is the different interactions.
That'll be nice too because if you want to keep some like areas of your town wild and deserted island look, you can kind of have like a river cutting through, put a bunch of forests and crap, and then develop over here, you know?
And the fact that you can build cliffs, so you can take down cliffs and do all this landscaping, it's like...
You gotta wonder if there's a limit to that, too, like...
There's gotta be, right? Because I could just make my town all cliff.
Yeah,
like,
or just all river, and then what do? You could just put, like, Tammy out on an island in the middle of the lake, and he's like, oh, good luck getting out of there.
There's definitely a limit, for sure. Because, I mean, it would be crazy. It would be like Mario Maker level stuff, where you could have people just doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Where I could see just like a town being all over ice and cliffs, and then there's like a path navigating between the cliffs, or just weird stuff like that. Definitely, you could. I could see people isolating residents.
Yeah, up on a 2 cliff tall thing and just leaving them there.
But like they can come down, right? Like coming down from a cliff, can they put like a huge ladder down and come down? Because we've seen that they can hop over rivers and stuff themselves.
That'd just be fun to watch. If somebody just sets up like a maze for freaking like Shao, and just watching them slowly meander across and jumping over rivers and stuff.
But it's like, we can't get too carried away. There might be some heavy limitations on it. But either way, that's a game changer. The fact that you could even make your own lake and then a river form from it.
Just dig a waterfall like that. And it's just there.
So, what else?
We've really hopped around here.
So, there were a lot of different hairstyles I noticed too, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Like, especially one thing that people always complained about is like the African American hairstyles. There's not enough, but they actually have some good ones in here. So
For sure.
That's cool.
And on top of that, they have like, they showed you adding an additional villager in there instead of being a quiz. It was just like, oh, here's all the hairs, which one do you want? Which is more of a happy home designer approach than the traditional rovers. Like, hey, are you nice? No? Have angry eyes for the rest of your life, you know?
So speaking of happy home designer, we talked about why didn't they use the furniture rearrangement system from Happy Home Designer? And here it is. It's there.
They were just
you can do
they were sitting
both.
on it.
Get you a game that can do both.
This is that game.
Because I know like some people probably don't prefer doing it that way. They want a traditional way, so you can do both.
Yeah.
You can go in, select all the things, move it around. You can have the carpet horizontally or vertically.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of nice stuff going on there.
You can change the color of the door frames. I saw.
There's so much customization they've added, and it's a lot easier now than before, where you can just see it all straightforward. Unlike in past entries where you just have to say like blue, and then just see what happens.
What's your favorite color? Red. All right, you got a red roof, and then your floor is metallic.
Now it's just straight up. You see everything.
It's really nice.
And even just seeing the empty buildings sort of like huge and expanded, it's really nice. And you can have windows. Windows were in the mix.
Love a good window.
So it was interesting that you can see the animals doing a lot more. Like they did this a bit in New Leaf, but even more you can see them just doing random stuff, and it
like
feels a lot more alive. Even you could see them go into one of their houses and they're like reading a book, and just like dancing around outside, doing like workouts and stuff. And they can fish, catch bugs and stuff, and hop around just like you do.
Yeah, they definitely interact with more furniture outside now. Like I've seen them really just more animations in the game, which is all you could really ask for from Animal Crossing. Just more cute things for the animals to do.
And it can't be understated how much, and combined with how much you can customize outside, that you can also put furniture outside. So there's going to be infinite possibilities.
And the fences too. Those fences look so nice. Like we've never seen something like that before, but something so small makes such a big difference.
So you can actually have a front yard and backyard and stuff. If you want.
Cordon off your flowers so nobody tramples on them.
There's going to be, especially for the Animal Crossing super fans, there's going to be, like, you can have one just concept that you can do for your entire town, and then it's like you want to have so many different towns because there's so much you can do.
Yeah. Like I've seen a lot of people planning on the Animal Crossing subreddit, like what they want to theme their town around. Like, oh, I want like Spirit of the Way town. I'm gonna put like a magical forest over here in like the witch's house or whatever. I haven't seen the movie, but I imagine there's a witch.
And the fact that you can put the custom designs on the furniture, and you can import from New Leaf and Happy Home Designer too.
And the customizing furniture obviously was a thing, but it's nice that you have a preview of what it looks like. I don't think that was
I don't think so.
That was the case, but a lot of stuff like that where they make it easier. You don't have to go to the Able Sisters and be like, oh, here's a shirt. Do you want to try it on? And then you do a backflip, and it's like, all right, do you want to buy it? And you got to backflip again. Like, there was just that menu where your character is floating in the middle of the screen, and you can just look at all the clothes.
Yeah, like a magic wand. They showed Celeste come in and introduce the magic wand. That's
Naturally,
what she does.
That's what Celeste is known for, is her magic wand.
And it's like, it seems like they're just making things a lot more efficient to do. You know, things that people weren't even asking for, just making it a lot easier to...
Yeah, the tool wheel, too, in the same fashion.
The tool ring, which is like something you have to buy or use your Nook miles for, it looks like. And another thing that I wanted to talk about, I talked about before, I wanted a bigger inventory.
Yeah.
So in this game, you have 20 slots, but if you go on the website, there's a video that shows a character with 40 slots.
So that's like a Nook Miles upgrade.
It's a Nook Miles upgrade,
nice.
yeah. So that's really good. Because I was looking at 20, and I'm like, they didn't do my toolbox idea, which was condense the tools into one thing. Because there's like 8 different tools that take up so much space, you want to have them.
You got to think like, oh, I don't need my slingshot today. I probably won't see a present. And then the one day you do. And,
which is annoying.
God damn it.
So I thought that was a natural thing to do, and they didn't do that. But having 40 is like, that's funny. Yeah. Especially since you can stack most things now.
I like that it upgrades too. Like, I think the Nook Miles idea will be nice and give people a goal instead of just paying off your house.
Yeah, there's a lot to do then. I wonder if like Nook Miles will go on, if they will just be done at that point. You'll have done them all, or if they'll like infinitely.
I think they'll keep coming back, like the cat points and the welcome amiibo, because they show you can buy like Nook clothing and stuff, and I feel like they wouldn't allow you to buy that if it wasn't infinite, you know, because you have to pay off like your getaway package is apparently purchased through Nook points. So like if you waste all your money on like Tom Nook's shirt, then you just can't do it and you'd lose. So,
but it's like, are they gonna make you
like if the goals reset after a certain amount of time, or
like, because it feels kind of annoying whenever you have things like that you can't actually complete. Yeah. But then are they going to add in updates like more things you can get with Nook Miles, or is it just set from the beginning? Because
you might have like, oh, catch a hammerhead shark is your goal, and it's like the dead of winter, and you're like, well, guess I gotta wait 6 months.
But it would be nice to actually be able to finish something and not just have it always coming.
But speaking of the updates, holidays are now time locked in real life.
Yeah,
looks like
that seems to be why they would do that, is so they don't want people on like day one going and just like, oh, here are all the
Christmas and
all the holidays, throwing them online. You know they do that too. It's like,
here
are all
absolutely.
the holidays
People,
in Animal Crossing.
The second day New Leaf was out, you saw it all.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like once you get that update, we'll just set it for the game for life.
Like, is it the Easter 2020 update, or is it just the Easter update, and then you get it?
That's the only thing that's concerning to me, is because Animal Crossing is kind of timeless in that sense, is that you can always.
If they stop supporting it, then like you won't have like Bunny Day ever again.
Yeah, it's like tragic. You lose without internet, you just lose these things.
Yeah, and the people who have to play without internet, they're just sorry, no Christmas for you. Sorry.
But I mean, catch up at the times, really. Or what else?
Rossetti's Rescue Squad.
Rescue service. So is this just a quick fast travel?
I think it's just a way to get home. It looks like it costs you some Nook Miles.
Does it? It costs me?
I think they showed in the clip that he had like 20 or like 1,200, and then he had like 800 afterward.
Okay, that's annoying then.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just going to be an excuse to just send you back to your house quickly. But
I'm not really sure.
How do you actually get lost? Like you strand yourself on a cliff, maybe?
I guess
maybe you can you can actually isolate yourself accidentally.
Your ladder breaks after so many uses, maybe.
Or
like your pole.
Something with like, because you have so much power when you're designing stuff, like you get yourself trapped.
Yeah. It's definitely like a day one thing that'll happen to you, and then probably never again. But it's nice to see Rossetti get a purpose that isn't yelling at you.
But you don't see Rossetti.
It's true. I mean, maybe you just don't for the direct.
Maybe.
But
if that would be really annoying if you had to go through the whole motion, but I guess.
Yeah. But they really, limited Rossetti in the past, so giving him something else to do is nice. So we get to keep him around.
Also, worth noting is in the inventory, it looks like clothes are a separate tab altogether. So you don't have to worry about that either. You can just have all these outfits, and then especially when you get that magic wand, you can just switch on the fly. And
when the magic wand scene happened, I wasn't really looking, but did they have all those outfits in their inventory, or are those saved like in hammer space to the magic wand?
I don't know. They didn't show them going to the inventory. They just went right to the magic wand. So
I'm thinking maybe you can save outfits and that won't take up inventory space.
Maybe. But like if you look at the inventory, there is a button, a close button. So it might, if you go in there might be just a bunch of spots for
that makes sense.
clothes.
What do you think about the co-op party play?
So you can have up to 8 people living on one island, which is nice. But did obviously not give me what I wanted, is to be able to online live in the same island. But it is nice that you could quickly change the whole leader thing.
Yeah, that was nice. Instead of like having to go and sleep or whatever.
So it's not like you can just be completely pointless all the time. It's like you can actually actively work towards stuff and then be like, all right, I want to sell my stuff. I want to buy this. But obviously it won't be very applicable for me because
I won't be using it. But the fact that it's there for like, you can play with your son and have him run around and catch bugs or whatever.
Dad, Grandpa can go. Fish.
Grandpa with his Splatoon avatar can go.
I saw that.
Run his errands.
So Tom Nook's going to do an island-wide broadcast each day as the CEO of the island.
I don't imagine that'll be long.
I imagine it'll be really annoying after a while. That's what I'm predicting.
My thought about it, and it might be more optimistic than it really turns out to be, but I remember in City Folk, if there's an event, whoever it was, I think it was Pally, would be like, all right guys, bug off today, have fun. I think it'll just be like that. Maybe the first week they're more like robust and Tom Nook gives you pointers, but I think after time it'll kind of settle down.
Yeah. With this broadcast, it also could kind of make it, when it grows tiresome to hear it over and again, it kind of makes the game seem more monotonous than it actually is, probably. Because it's like, we gotta bug off again.
You boot up Splatoon and it's like, alright guys, here's 5 minutes of talking about what map you're allowed to play today.
And it's like, what's going on today? Not much is happening today. Hope you have fun.
If you want to craft, stop on by my tent.
Okay, wow, there's nothing going on.
Timmy's there. Me and Timmy are hanging out. Go on by.
So it's like, okay, but...
Or maybe you'll just get the option to have them not do that as time goes on.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they know. I think they've been smart with Animal Crossing. They're not going to make it really annoying.
It's not a big deal. But as a player who's not the mayor necessarily, you have a lot of power in this island.
Yeah, you're literally
like you can destroy
digging cliffs up
and build the entire thing. Also, it says
you have to get like a permit to do all that stuff. So maybe once you pay off Tom Nook enough Nook miles, then it gives you that power.
So the quote is, once the island is fully decked out, you get a permit. So what does that mean?
I'm thinking maybe the Nook miles let you build more shops. Like once you hit a certain tier, it's like, all right, now you can build Nook's Cranny, now you can build Able Sisters. Maybe tier 2 is like the coffee shop or whatever. And maybe at the final tier, that's when, all right, build a river. Go wild.
But it's like you get a full permit, though. So it's once the island's fully decked out. So is there a point where it's like you've reached everything you can do, and then you can... But once everything you've done is done, is that what it is? Like you've finished everything you can do? And then you can...
Well, there's got to be a point when you can't unlock anything else.
Which is from Tom Nook. It sounds like a sad day.
Yeah, but like that's the point where you hit Nookingtons, where you're like, all right, sick. I've done it, Like, it's not like Tom Nook will upgrade forever and just keep getting a taller store.
But it's like, hopefully you wouldn't have to buy like all the different buildings and all the different things before you get the chance to do this.
But it kind of looks like they're going in a direction where you can choose to have a deserted island or a city. So if they made you build a city, I don't think they would have said, it's your choice. So,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's probably just a required amount of things before.
Like Nook points or whatever. Is my guess. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I would do if I was building this old game.
So the Flick looks cool, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a cool looking guy.
So long,
any
Nat,
other,
I think, was the old guy.
Who?
Was it Nat?
Oh, Nat. Yeah,
Yeah.
the bug off. I feel like I saw like a screenshot of Flick in the background, like holding a net, or not a screenshot, it was like art on the website of him holding a net in the back. It would be cool if you'd be able to have them as an actual resident.
He hung out.
Like, they obviously aren't because they made it very apparent that they're traveling merchants, but it would be cool if you could have like LaBelle just move in as a resident, something like that.
Or have Nat move in. He's not doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, you have Timmy and Tommy just walking around.
True.
So, but they don't live there, seemingly. I don't know how that works. They just are on the island 24/7, but don't have a house.
Yeah, because if there's a shopkeeper, maybe when it's closed they'll walk around.
Yeah.
Like maybe you'll have the garden shop, and when it's not open, Leaf will just be planting trees everywhere.
Also, Timmy and Tommy were in the airport in the beginning.
That looks like the opening sequence, probably.
Okay.
Like the
or was
train.
that just before? No, they showed them even the resident services. So in the beginning they'll be.
Because they were like, which one of these 4 maps do you want? That's like pre-game. Then they go with you, and then the airport's taken over by those dodo dudes.
And who cares how the map looks? Because you can just destroy it all.
Yeah, just make it whatever you want.
But maybe not. Maybe not. And maybe that's
It
like
makes you
hours
wonder
in.
if you can make waterfalls and everything. Like, do you need a river? How many rivers max can you have? Can you make it all river?
I just imagine there's got to be a lot more limitations than it seems, because otherwise I just have half of my town would be all water. It's just a huge body of water.
But like, why not? If that's what you want.
Yeah, just have like wild. There'll be such wild arrangements going on, for sure. People are gonna get creative with it. I don't know if I'm like overwhelmed. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. It's so much power. Before I was like, dude, what am I gonna make my house? Like my living room's gonna be the classic set. All right.
There's like they're giving you so much to where you have to think about everything. Like, how do you want to decorate in your house? How do you want to decorate right outside your house? How do you want to decorate your whole town? How do you want to form your town? Where do you want to put your residence? There's a lot.
How do you want to decorate Goldie's front yard?
Goldie, God bless her.
Wisp is back in the wild.
Wisp
I wrote that down.
Yes.
Wisp in the wild. He's no longer contained to that genie lamp, so no more amiibo summoning for him.
Yeah.
I wonder. It looks like you're gonna have to catch parts of him again with the net, like in the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wonder he'll probably just grant you a wish or something like the get rid of your weeds or whatever.
I don't know. And they also emphasize that at night, there's like dangerous creatures.
So what, is he gonna beat you up if you run into him?
They're like, watch out for the wasps and scorpion, and there's a tarantula.
Spiders.
I was hoping for something like new there, but
yeah, that's true. There wasn't any new
they
bugs.
emphasized how just terrifying it's supposed to be living.
And they were like, "You'll get stung, or worse."
Or worse.
What does that mean?
And then you just show him die.
It fades to black, and you never see that guy again. What happened to him?
It's like it just goes to a character creation screen right after. You have to make a new.
Let's find his bones.
There's also Photopia, which is gonna be great.
Photopia's there. Yeah, that definitely looks like the.
So is Harvey confined to that? Because he seems so cool. I wish I could have him, the hippie resident.
Yeah.
But no, he's gonna be.
It looks like he'll visit
guy.
sometimes. Maybe he'll visit once and tell you where Photopia is, and then he's there.
That's annoying. I want to like be able to convince these people.
I know, dude.
Give up on Photopia.
I want to live next door to Pascal, but sometimes
Savannah.
dreams are
like
just meant to
imagine
be dreams.
just like Animal Crossing All Stars. You have all the iconic people in your town.
That'd
Just
be
live in
nice.
Celeste. Celeste, Digby. Where's Digby at?
Digby's dead, and I don't think anybody noticed.
Where
Poor guy.
where are our alpacas?
Yeah. Where are the alpacas? That's what makes me think maybe they'll have an alpaca store where...
But they reduced them to not being necessary, just like the postal service, where
Yeah.
you can do all your customization and stuff on your own.
But like, I feel like that's the kind of just extra thing they would let you do in Animal Crossing, where even though you could maybe have the lost and found in the town hall, you can still build the police office. I'm not sure.
But we will have to choose, probably, right? Like, if your idealistic viewpoint is that they'll have all these characters as options, there's no way you can have them all.
Yeah, you're gonna run out of space for sure.
And they'll probably, like, even if you want to make your town just stuff full of stuff, they probably won't let you after a certain point.
There's just so many iconic Animal Crossing characters we haven't seen that, like, I know they wouldn't. Like, they promoted those llamas so hard in New Leaf.
Yeah,
I feel like they wouldn't just drop them by the wayside after that game.
But are they just gonna be? You stumble, they come and travel sometimes.
Yeah, and they're like, hey.
Hey, I
I'll
see you
make
guys are doing. You just have your own DIY table now. That
cool.
was our whole thing.
Yeah, well, if you want me to make a mineral couch, just
And then you're
I'll
just
be in
like,
town for the day.
No, that's all right.
I have a workbench. Oh. All right. Well,
Check out my Etsy shop. She comes and she's like, "Here, download my app.
yeah.
If you're tired of the DIY table, I will just make it for you."
I'll DIY for you. Well, that's DIY means do it yourself. No, I'll do it for you. Just
You can invite people via temporary passcodes, kind of like Smash Ultimate Arenas, which is nice. And if you're not best friends, you can't use certain tools, so you can't come and terrorize your town.
griefing you. I mean, they still can probably pull up flowers and trample things. Like, you're not free from the horrors.
But you have to have a lot of trust in someone
Yeah.
to make them a best friend and
It's
be able
true.
to use these tools. Imagine if you're on someone's bad side that day, and they fake it. They're like, "It's all right,
Yeah, we're best friends. Yeah.
and then they come over and
Second thing.
No.
I wonder if you're
Ow.
best friends and you've unlocked like the cliff building, if you can just build a cliff around them and leave.
Oh, okay.
Force you to break out the Rossetti
Make like a
rescue.
leaf. Bug out. Where's Leaf at? Where is Leaf? He's been reduced to a cabinet in the. Did you notice how they had a cabinet in
With
was it Nook's
the seeds
cranny?
and everything.
So I mean, I'm down with that. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen Leaf, who's iconic. Digby, I can't imagine them finding anything for.
No.
Is he just gone, or will he
Digby
come visit
will
Isabel?
probably be with Lyle in the Happy Home
Lyle.
Academy. I think that's where they're gonna put him because
Where is the Happy Home Academy? You're saying the Happy
I don't
Home
know.
Academy is
They
going
gotta
to be
be
in a
there.
building too.
well, I don't think they'll have a building, but
They'll just come by.
they'll
and-
come grade your house every like month or whatever, and then.
God damn it, Lyle's here.
But
again.
maybe they'll grade your whole island now. You know.
I feel like Animal Crossing potentially are realizing how useless some of these people are.
Maybe.
And they're moving them out to pasture.
Well, maybe Lyle will sell insurance again, like in Wild World, since all these dangers are in the island. You get
Yeah,
stung by a tarantula, you gotta like pay hospital bills.
but it's like we've almost moved to a more practical thing, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're gonna be more efficient in this game. We only need the certain animals that are useful, like
Yeah.
Able Sisters for clothes, Nook Cranny to buy things, and the museum to donate things.
But then
we're
you get
cutting
like
out everybody
you get
else.
like that one kid, little Timmy, whose favorite character is Lyle.
It's rough.
just
I've
gotta-
never met a Timmy. It's such a
Well,
way.
he's a nice guy, and he loves Lyle.
He loves Lyle.
Yeah.
What other characters are we waiting to see?
Well, we're waiting to see Pascal, but I got high hopes for my boy.
You?
Yeah, he's
Probably just
he's
like
just
Savannah.
gonna float down a river and then be like, hey, here's a piece of pirate
He's in
furniture.
that Savannah spot,
Yeah.
and where you'd think Joan would be, but she's
Tortimer's gotta be there.
Tortimer
I don't
He's
know what he's
gotta
gonna
be getting
do,
up there.
but yeah.
in age.
Maybe
he
he'll
was
just be like,
he was retired in the last one,
Yeah.
so he's got to be. Maybe he'll like
I don't know.
send from the hospital or something. Like, can you please send money?
Please.
Send bells.
What about big guy from the last game who we get to see, Captain? What's he gonna
Captain?
do? We're already on an island. That was his thing.
And he got replaced straight up as he's
Yeah.
not the airport pilot.
This is like the one game where you'd think you'd see him, and he's just not. What
I like
can
the
he
dodo
offer,
birds,
you know?
but Tom Nook. I mean, you have to consider this is all Tom Nook's decision making. It's like who wronged me in the past, who's valuable to me.
Yeah,
as an
friends he
asset.
made from past experience. Clearly, Captain was taking too much of his business.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
like,
was going to the island and coming
you're
back,
getting
so
replaced
Tom's
by
like,
the young comedic stylings of the dodo birds. They'll be fresh, and even though
the monkeys, dude. Chip, Porter, gone.
Gone, straight up gone.
Just forgotten.
That's messed up.
Well, they weren't even in
There's so
City
many,
Folk, I don't think.
So many animals now that I think of it. They were in City Folk, I thought.
No, you had the school bus, and that was Cotton.
But I
They
thought
were just
they did
gone.
something.
They were
Okay,
gone.
maybe not.
Because you had the gate with Copper and Booker. You had the school bus, which was Cotton. The monkeys were just
One thing to know is
That-
Lloyd is there.
Lloyd, my
They
guy.
showed him on the website. I don't know, did they show him in the trailer?
They showed a bit where I think they were constructing a public works project, and he was outside doing his little dance. And he's like, "Oh, we've donated so much."
Yeah, which is like, what is what now? Like, what is
Yeah.
a public works project? Is it just,
I guess
Our
anything
bridges and
outside, yeah.
or is it?
It'll be really nice. I'm excited to just throw a gyroid outside my house, like in the GameCube.
Hey,
When
we
you have a
haven't seen
gyroid.
any gyroids like as an object yet,
There'll
have
be
we?
gyroids though. They wouldn't just take those guys out.
Do you think there are paintings in the museum and whatnot?
That's
too?
a tough one. We haven't seen
Red.
those. Red hasn't
Where's
been
everybody?
shown,
There's
but like,
so many characters.
but Traveling Merchant, like he's the guy, you know.
Yeah. Katrina.
Katrina will show up.
She'll have
tell
a
your
permanent
fortune
shop
and-
that you can buy.
Good, yeah.
She's also useless.
The
Realistically.
Dream Anteater. We
Yes.
haven't seen her.
Wow, there are a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of characters that they're like, oh my god, we have too many now. So some of them had to get left out. Tom Nook
that's
is not
true.
that accommodating.
Blanca, the faceless
Hmm.
cat.
Will she make a return?
She would show up on April Fool's Day.
And the young little girl cat.
Yeah, the lost cat. Like what? It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense that a cat got lost on a deserted island without her mom. You know, like what's the lore there? Why is she?
I don't know, but it's like, will there just be so many traveling people, or is it just going to be the same small selection they used to have? Or like all these characters were used to, like, they could show up any moment.
Yeah.
That would be cool, if anything, because it does get kind of tiresome where it's like, Savannah's here again.
Savannah would show up so often. I booted up New Leaf just to like see how my town was doing. And Savannah's right there outside my door, and I'm like, Savannah, you've been here
So
probably every time I play this game.
it would be nice to have a lot of different options there, but
I love Savannah, but come on, man, relax.
it's really interesting because it did show us a lot in this direct, but at the same time, there's still so much left as a mystery.
I loved speaking less of things they showed us and more of what they made us listen to. But the music is really good. I like the style they're going for. It reminds me of the first game.
Yeah.
Like there's like a funky trumpet sort of feel to some of the songs.
Yeah, and they've also been holding back on a lot too, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of, even just walking in the museum, there's got to be music in the museum, but
Yeah,
they
for
did
sure.
cut it out.
Brr, 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 brr. That
Yeah,
classic
And
song.
it's like, the museum's never looked better.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious about the painting thing. I'm guessing not.
I'd like
because
to
they
see the
didn't-
paintings because I really like them, but
They would have shown it.
They would have
'cause
shown it,
They
probably.
showed fish, bugs, and fossils. So I think.
it's a big thing.
I
to
mean, it
remove.
always was the extra.
Yeah, it
one
was
that
never-
like, not as
yeah.
important, and it was harder to get. But now it's like red. What's gonna go on with red? You have to
We'll
look.
be back to selling
spot the
fireworks on the 4th of
difference.
July.
Uh, I'm just hoping. It seems like they're already on the right track, but I'm hoping there's
Yeah.
a lot more to do.
Well, that'd be
Like
great
if
to
I-
do the spot the difference thing in like HD.
Yeah.
Like you gotta look at the HD Mona Lisa, and there's like a coffee stain in the bottom left, and you gotta like they could do so much more with that.
I'm just hoping day one. If I'm getting this day one, will I be able to play it at midnight? Will there be a lot to do, or is it like I go on and everything's closed?
Well, you won't be able to fly. We know that. They said
Really?
it's available the day after you move in,
Okay,
so you're stuck to your island.
that's fine.
But you can craft. You gotta set up where all your villagers live.
But you won't be able to sell stuff, like,
You can sell them to Timmy, I think. They have a little shop in there.
but like it's not 24/7, right?
It is, I think they said.
Really?
The resource center is 24/7. Yeah.
Oh shoot, son.
That's
There's
what
no
I'm talking
limits.
about.
There's no limits. There's no night out ordinance
Yeah,
anymore.
it's always. But that's the weird thing is that if that's 24/7, when you turn that into a town hall, it's just Tom Nook and Isabel. So do you lose the ability to sell 24/7? Or is
True.
Nook's Cranny now just open
A lot
24/7?
of questions, because do you have to get Nook's Cranny before you can then expand?
You're blinking. Yeah. Do you have to get Nook's Cranny before the town hall shows up?
Before you can expand? But then Nook's Cranny for sure isn't open 24/7.
That's why I think
Which is
there'll be like a layered shop unlocking system with Nook Miles.
There's so much complexity involved. Shoot. I just want to be able to do stuff whenever. That's the biggest thing with Animal Crossing for me. It's like a lot of times at night I'll be like, I want to play, and then you go on, everybody's
day,
sleeping, and
You can't play until 10 o'clock.
yeah, everybody's sleeping. Shops are all closed, so you can't even.
Scorpions are running wild, and you're like, this sucks.
I just want to admire the night sky, you know?
Yeah.
Always hustling, always grinding. You know, everybody's like, that guy is just up all night collecting bugs and stuff. Anything else worth noting? The Bunny Day update will be at launch,
Yeah.
but for April.
Yeah.
That'll be the first update available.
I liked, in the bit with the Nook Miles, there was like titles they unlocked. It was like Lad and Lass. It's sort of like a Monster Hunter thing where
Yeah,
you
Fable.
can put little things on your guild card. That'll be fun. Or your passport, you can just put like Nook Lad. I look forward to that, even though that's such a pointless thing.
Yeah, there will be some Pocket Camp stuff, which I hate to see.
Yeah, I don't want to get Pocket Camp again, but I guess I'll have to.
Like, I'm done with it. Like, this is it for life.
Yeah. Pocket Camp. I wonder if that's gonna, like, how much success that's gonna have after this game comes out.
Yeah, I imagine not having success.
I thought it'd be dead already. I'm surprised people are still playing, but as far as more things go, I feel we covered everything. Fun little Easter egg. The basic Animal Crossing villager, Mr. Number One shirt, just always sleeping. What's that about? You notice that?
No.
In the direct, every time they showed a group of 8 people, he was just asleep off in the top left, and it was such a weird thing. He's just always snoozing. Like the basic villager in Smash.
That is something.
I was like, I guess that's showing that the old style of Animal Crossing villager is slowly being phased out
dead.
for the new, more customizable guys, which
Trying
is
to
cool.
keep up.
But my guy, like, probably the box for City Folk over there.
I love City Folks box art.
It's a great box art.
It looks nice.
Yeah, this
like,
guy right here.
it's full of nostalgia right there.
This snoozer right here. Always sleeping. Ruin the focus of the camera.
Well, it doesn't affect it, but it's just the only focus that's over here.
You got Antonio?
Shoot. There's so many cool looking animals, too.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed to see no new species in this. Or if there are, they haven't shown them. Like, I can't think of any that would be good fits. I know bats are a popular one on the subreddit.
Bats, yeah.
But, as far as main animal species goes, I can't think of one that they haven't already done. Like, even, like, they have a koala in there. There's a unicorn.
Guinea pig?
They got hamsters, but, like, I mean,
yeah, yes.
that would be one. Ferrets would be cool. Get some ferrets. But,
Straight up rats.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's mouse, so.
Yeah. I'm just hoping, like, the writing looks pretty good from what I saw. At least the website had more writing or, like, dialogue. We're just hoping there's more enjoyable to talk to.
More varied villagers than they're all like, ooh, I'm gonna sip my mocha frappuccino and put on some albums. And I'm like, I get it, but
Millennials, right?
can anyone say something else, please?
I mean, I'm just very optimistic after seeing this stuff.
So am I.
It's night and day
I'm
from
excited.
the first reveal. Because now it's like crafting. It's like, okay, it's there. But it's not going to
Didn't make a big deal of it, which I like.
It's there. Yeah. So am I going to be your best friend? Are you going to trust me with these tools?
We'll see.
Well.
I'm gonna have to build my my gauntlet. There'll be a maze in my town, and once you get to the end, you're granted best friend status.
You have to pass the test of initiation. Can you navigate the rivers? You have to like pull around. Can you navigate the rivers? Climb the cliffs?
And find the golden gyroid. You just stand like, man.
So the whole town dedicated to being on the actual town. So you can only have one town per system, right? That's the big bummer because people would love to have tons of different kinds. You have to keep.
Because then you can't build your
trashing.
weird meme river town. Because you have to trash all your stuff.
Yeah, it's like you want to have a serious, well done town, and then you want to have this random nonsense happening. Because I would love to just have my degenerate town where just everything's chucked outside.
It's just trash everywhere.
Like, God, it's horrible here. You go to go to Isabel for that town evaluation. Like,
Just like,
people are
please.
miserable. There's like no room to walk. There's furniture everywhere.
You have so many tire stacks. I don't know why, but there are tire stacks everywhere.
Towns residents are complaining about the 24 baby bears.
The
Why
baby,
are there so
that's
many
the baby bear
bears?
woods, Isabel. Come on.
They're saying, yeah,
No.
Goldie is saying she can't get home.
Goldie's complaining that you put her house on a too high cliff with no stairs.
Surrounded by baby bears. Yeah, what happens then?
Yeah, what about it?
What if you surrounded a cliff by baby bears? Then
Resetti needs to get you.
yeah, but if it's their residence house,
Yeah, you can't get out. Like, I wonder if he'll get you to the town center too. There's a lot they haven't shown still.
which is good.
And that's
It's
yeah.
good. But we're also, I know there's going to be some tragic headlines where it's like, Brewster is not in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Here's why Brewster's.
Brewster was problematic, actually. The pigeon community was very disappointed in his portrayal, so we've just decided to not include him.
Yeah.
Please understand.
Why Brewster should not be in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yeah, that's the annoying thing too. Is for sure I would like to experience this fresh, but you know, on YouTube there's gonna be like all these headlines.
For sure.
It's like do this to unlock.
Well, maybe that like update
Lebel.
sort of centric format will stop that. The holidays will be gated.
Yeah,
behind.
but then also this idea that you can do stuff as much as you want 24/7. You know, people are gonna be grinding.
It's true.
I mean, I'll be playing it a lot.
I'll be
but
grinding,
not
yeah.
as much as some people will, for sure. You know, they're gonna be like, here's what the full expansion looks like, like day one.
How'd you do that? Yeah.
All right,
I think that's all I got here.
that's it. This is a lengthy talk,
Oh, yeah.
but there's so much to appreciate. Loving it, loving Animal Crossing.
As we do.
It's exceeded all my expectations before it's even
Sure.
come out.
We were here, months ago,
Mm-hmm.
hoping that you could live in the mountains because of some offhanded comment that like somebody said.
Yeah, and we were like, maybe this desert island thing is
It's
just
just
one
one
of
of the
many.
few. Yeah.
But no, we're all in on the desert island thing, and I'm here
That's
for
right.
it now.
Yeah.
So we'll come back. We'll talk about it after it's been out for a little bit, probably.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll go back and say no, it's actually
Dude, this
awful.
sucked.
We
Hopefully
were
not.
right the first time, but I don't think so. This looks like the best Animal Crossing.
We can give a
to
little
me.
tour.
Like, so much customization. But I don't know if I'm creative enough to keep up with this.
It's a lot. It's going to be a lot to do.
Like, I'm
Which
just
is
gonna
good.
admire people's.
Because sometimes you run out of stuff to do in Animal Crossing, but now you're like,
Never.
I
But
gotta manage my like wastewater treatment for this town, building rivers and stuff.
yeah, because there's so much to manage at that point. Like putting custom designs everywhere. How do you want everything? All these different fences and furniture, and wow. But it'll definitely be cool to see how people play around with like where they put their residence and stuff like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Because I like the idea of having a little area where
Yeah, a
everyone
little
lives.
village, then like a forest over here, shopping area.
And I wonder how many people you can get is like the max. I know they said in the beginning there's not many. It might just be 2 or 3 in the beginning
Yeah, I think it's you can
start.
come with two.
for the orientation, which is interesting.
It was interesting. Another tidbit I hadn't written down, but I just remembered when they went to the section where they put like a for sale sign on the ground, and it was like picking where villagers move in.
Mm-hmm.
Tomlik was saying, "Oh,
Hold for phone.
hold for home phone," which I still have, and we're back.
No, you never left.
But yeah, he says that 4 villagers are interested in the deal, so maybe he'll like pull up a list and he'll be like, "All right, so we got Chow,
No,
we got
no.
Goldie, we got Cube,
I don't like that.
we got
no.
Dizzy. Who do you want?"
Who you got? Mhm.
Like maybe there's a let it be random, but do you think we'll have that much power? Because I think it was implying that almost.
Really, I saw that they said there were 3 people interested, but
Do
I
you
thought
think
that
it'll
was
tell you
just
who?
like go set up 3 house spots.
That
up.
could also be.
because I don't like having that much control, honestly.
Yeah.
It's fun to have villagers that you hate or ones that you love just happen to come. There is the thing where you can ask people to come. Is that just when you go on the island tours?
It looks like those are the Nook Islands, I think.
Yeah.
But
and then you can be like...
Or you can set up the campsite where Rodney hangs out, and only Rodney. You can ask him to move in.
Yeah, like the amiibo functionality was just, they come to the campground.
I'm glad. I got amiibo cards. I'm
You're going to bring them to the
finally
campground?
busting them out, dude.
Because you can ask them from the campground too, right? To come stay permanently. But I also don't like that, because my favorite
it's a lot of
ones
power, yeah. I wonder if they're bringing back like the Zelda characters, like if you can get Medley again, if you scan like Wolf Link or whatever.
Probably not. I think it specifically said Animal Crossing line amiibo.
Maybe an update or something.
Maybe in an update, DJ KK can come. Yeah, because they said that not all of them will be available.
So
DJ KK will
good. I don't like
potentially be
DJ
one in the
KK.
future, though, because they showed
I
that
like
one.
regular KK.
Where is KK?
I don't support DJ KK.
I support the KK slider.
Oh,
All right, that's it.
smooth.
Hopefully, KK slider has a good spot.
Yeah,
I'm just
for sure.
I'm just excited. All
As
right,
am I.
thank you.
I hope you're excited too.
Come to my town. I'll set up a code. I'll put the code on the
that'd be
screen
fun.
here.
Yeah.
You come
Well, you might want to wait until the other video when we have towns.
Yeah. All right. Good
game.
day.
Good game.
Best friend status.
I'll think
You
about
trust
it.
me with an axe and a shovel.
Do you trust me with an axe or shovel?
I do.
Do you think best friends are mutual? Like,
You can be one person's
Yeah.
best friend, but then they try to whip out a tool and it's like, what
dude, I
gives,
thought I
man?
was your best friend.
You're my best friend. You have to accept your best friend request, probably. All right.
Same.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. Thank you. We'll see you March. We'll see you.
March 20th. Departure date.
We'll see like a weekend after that, probably. Right?
You gotta give me some
see how
time to
it
get
goes.
lost in the island.
Yes.